This is the fifth and final part of Black Panther vs. Deadpool. T'Challa, Shuri, and Okoye stand upon the spot where the sacred mound used to be. The mountain's teleportation caused only minor injuries, but Okoye has tracked its signature to New Jersey. The Black Panther gets ready to make his way there and face Deadpool one last time. Meanwhile, Deadpool is in possession of Wakanda's entire vibranium source, but he still has no way to extract the mineral. As he bumbles around along the highway attempting to find a way, Black Panther arrives. As T'Challa declares war, Deadpool throws himself in front of a truck moving at high speed. In doing so, his Black Panther suit absorbs a huge amount of kinetic energy, which he releases onto T'Challa. However, T'Challa gets in touch with Shuri, who tells him that Deadpool's suit is connected to the internet and she can take control of it online. She overrides the suit's programming, and it collapses back into the Kimoyo beads, which fly into T'Challa's hands. Desperate, Deadpool strikes T'Challa with a crowbar, but a car nearly crashes into the both of them. Now atop the roof of the car, T'Challa attempts to school Deadpool on his unethical behavior. But Deadpool, saying that they are on his territory now, grabs hold of the Black Panther and throws them both off the bridge. That's when T'Challa unleashes a secret weapon. He tells Deadpool that he isn't just the king of Wakanda. He's also the king of the dead. He pulls Deadpool into some kind of alternate dimension. There, they see the souls of all those who died before. The souls of the dead gang up on Deadpool, while T'Challa poses an uncomfortable question to him. If using the teleporter means that every time Deadpool dissolves his body and regenerates at a different location, does this mean that the new entity isn't truly Wade Wilson, just some copy of a copy? T'Challa tells Deadpool not to fear, because he still has a soul. At that moment, what seems to be Wade Wilson's soul appears and attacks Deadpool. The soul accuses Deadpool of pretending to be the real Wade Wilson and calls him a soulless killing machine. It goes on to say that Deadpool ought to give up and spare the innocent lives that always get caught in the crossfire. Having had enough, Deadpool plunges his sword into the soul and watches it collapse. But the battle with his own conscience has taken a toll on him. Deadpool collapses to the floor, as T'Challa reveals that this wasn't really some land of the dead, but simply another hologram. Wade tells T'Challa that every time he gets blown to pieces and has to regenerate as a new person, he vows to live a better life. But every time, he goes back to doing what he has always done. He says that it's just so hard to actually change. When T'Challa hears this, it touches at something within him, and he remembers what his mother told him about people being allowed to change. Wade asks if T'Challa can see if he still has a soul left. T'Challa tells him that what he can see is someone who has an opportunity to make things right. There are many things that Deadpool cannot undo, but he still has a chance to change. T'Challa decides to accompany Wade to the hospital, and we see him inject the star cells into Willie Lumpkin's IV. He has told Wade all about the star cells, and Wade asks him if turning someone immortal is really a good idea. T'Challa says that the main goal is to save a life, and the consequences can be dealt with later. That's when Wade asks T'Challa if he doesn't want to use the star cells to make himself immortal. T'Challa has finally made a decision. He says that he was considering doing just that, but he has realized through Wade that all people must be allowed to change. Ultimately, Wakanda may evolve past the need for a protector, and it should be allowed to do that. In the end, Black Panther and Deadpool have developed a mutual respect. As T'Challa boards his ship, Wade teases that their fight isn't technically over, and that if the Black Panther leaves, Deadpool will win by default. The two of them say their farewells, and Wade celebrates his victory. And that's how Black Panther vs. Deadpool ends. We hope you've enjoyed this series. Stick around and subscribe for comic book content.